Right now at noon, a live look at the Supreme Court, where the justices have just ruled President Donald Trump can move forward with implementing the end of birthright citizenship. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at noon. I am Brooke Hash. The decision was a 6-3 split along ideological lines. The justices focusing on whether district courts had the power to stop that executive order from taking effect. ABC's Perry Russum is at the Supreme Court.
In a monumental case before the Supreme Court, the justices ruling President Trump can move forward with implementing the end of birthright citizenship. The High Court today focusing on whether district courts have the ability to issue nationwide injunctions on Trump's executive order. The decision 6-3, split along ideological lines. Justice Amy Coney Barrett with the opinion of the court writing, universal injunctions likely exceed the equitable authority that Congress has given to federal courts. Justice Sonia Sotomayor writing in dissent, no right is safe in the new legal regime the court creates.
Birthright. That's a big one.
President Trump signing the controversial executive order on day one of his second term, limiting U.S. citizenship only to children born in the U.S. to lawful permanent residence, ending a right that's been guaranteed by the Constitution for more than 150 years. Federal judges in 3 states ruled the ban on birthright citizenship violates the Constitution's 14th Amendment, issuing nationwide injunctions, blocking it from going into effect. The Trump administration then making an emergency appeal to the Supreme Court. During oral arguments in May, the administration argued the federal judges overreached their authority.
This was only about whether the district judge could enjoin the enforcement of that nationwide. What we'll now see is the actual question of what the 14th Amendment means, whether a president acting alone without Congress, without an amendment to the Constitution, can change our understanding of how we've implemented that for the last 150 years.
Beyond this case, the decision could have wide-ranging effects on other actions Trump has taken that have either been limited or stopped altogether by district courts. That includes mass layoffs and funding freezes. Perry Russum, ABC News at the Supreme Court.
Bombshell claim from the prosecution today in the Crystal Rogers murder trial against Brooks Houck and Joseph Lawson. Heather Snelling was the 17th witness to take the stand this week. She dated Lawson's father, Steve, in 2017 and testified that despite originally telling police she knew nothing about Crystal's disappearance back in 2015, she did, however, overhear a conversation between the father and son years later, saying, quote, "The truth is I overheard Steve Lawson and Joseph Lawson talking about moving a body at the Houck farm with a skid steer." Snelling contacted Kentucky State Police back in 2023 with those details. Well, the trial is expected to go until July 8th, and we know a lot of the evidence is going to be based off of phone records, with even more phone calls and text messages revealed during day 2 of testimony. Our Alexander Goldberg and photojournalist Aspen Hester catch us up from the courtroom.
Former lead detective John Snow testifying that a phone call from Nick Houck to Brooks Houck in the interrogation room is what led police to suspect Nick for the first time in the case of Crystal Rogers.
The way that I look at it is I'm innocent. I ain't done nothing wrong.
Houck's brother advising him to up and leave the examination.
I know you told me innocent people have got jammed up, but if you're telling me to leave, I'll get up and leave.
Prosecutor Shane Young seen here outside of the courtroom during a break, earlier leaving jurors with an early indication of what he thinks is a family affair. But that wasn't the only phone call brought up in court today. A cross-examination revealed Houck's initial attempts to get in touch with Rogers. 3 phone calls, 2 on July 4th and 1 on July 5th, and a text message revealed through phone records. Everyone is worried sick. Please call me back. Houck's text to Rogers, the sole message shown to the jury from July 5th. The day before, Houck's first call to Rogers rings at 9:06 a.m., hours after Houck's wakes up in a scene in surveillance video driving to the Houck family farm. The second call, 12:18, around lunchtime. The third call clocking in at 6:41 p.m. the next day. But Houck's attempts to contact Rogers continues through messages to Rogers' family. "Will you try to get a hold of Crystal for me?" sent to her relative. He messages another cousin. "Is Crystal with you?" More witnesses back to back take the stand, including Danny Singleton, Houck's friend and former employee, who says Houck's mother, Rosemary, came up to him at a home construction site. Quote, "It was over Crystal. She wanted to find someone to get rid of her. I told her around this town and with money, you can get anything done." But he assures the jury he never acted on it and he never told police. "Kept it to myself," is what he told the courtroom. The first few witnesses and many cross-examinations to come as the Commonwealth's witnesses take the stand. In Bowling Green, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS11 on your side.
Our special reports continue this afternoon with Alexandra. Catch our midday live stream at 1 o'clock right here after the noon show on the WHAS 11 Plus app. And then again at 9 p.m. with the full breakdown of today's newest information from inside the courtroom. That app is free to download on your smart TV. The last and final weather impact alert day for the week, we hope, Matt Breland.
We are making our way through this heat wave one day at a time, Brooke, and we're finally going to see better conditions as we head into the weekend. But we still have a hot Friday ahead for us. You'll notice temperatures in those lower 90s, winds continuing to stay out of the southwest at 8 miles per hour, feeling like 101 near Bowman Field, feeling like 99 for us here in downtown. Those temperatures continuing to range in the mid to upper 80s, lower 90s, but factor in the humidity and the temperatures feel way hotter. You can expect clear skies still to be around for the remainder of our afternoon hours, but we are going to see a few showers and storms make their way closer into the Louisville metro, just how we're seeing a few of these popping up just towards Elizabethtown. So that's going to be the trend as we head later into our Friday, especially once we head into the remaining parts of the afternoon. But feels like temperatures right now for us in the middle of the heat. We're at 102 for it feels like in Cordon, 100 degrees for you folks near Shepherdsville. As we head later on into the afternoon time, that's whenever those chances for those afternoon showers and thunderstorms begin to arrive, especially between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. We're staying quiet through the overnight hours, and then we will see another round of partly cloudy skies as we head into our Saturday. Through Friday, though, this heat advisory is still in place until 8 p.m. You can still expect high temperatures and strong humidity to be present with us throughout the afternoon hours. Stay cool, stay hydrated, check on your pets, check on your kids. It's still going to be another hot afternoon for us. Full breakdown all about when this heat is getting out of here in just a few short minutes. Brooke?
Matt, thank you. New here at noon, U of L Health just named an interim CEO, and he's a familiar face in the community. The U of L Health Board named Dr. Jason Smith the interim leader. He is the current chief medical officer, a role he's held since 2019. Smith was the face of U of L Health during the COVID pandemic and often represented the hospital during citywide emergencies. Protesters outside, critics inside, but ultimately the Louisville Metro Council passed an amended version of Mayor Craig Greenberg's $1.2 billion budget by 21-4 margin just last night. The budget includes money to build the city's first new fire station in 15 years, plus funding to hire larger police, fire, and EMS recruiting classes. It expands affordable housing, adds upgrades to libraries and parks, and creates a new drone for first responders program. It also portions out big investments like $9 million total in business development funds, split between the south, east, and west ends of the city, with each area getting $3 million apiece. The final budget sparked mixed reactions among Metro Council members.
This budget does not offer a vision, not even one that I disagree with, so much as it addresses challenges at the margin.
Again, after a lot of conversation, feel like we've arrived at a budget that captures the desires, the priorities.
An amendment was proposed that would have shifted money away from police funding toward public transportation and social programs, but that failed to gain support last night. The budget will go into effect on July 1st.